Welcome. Today's video is about tools. There's lots of tools here. And you know, I've been buying tools for almost 50 years, I guess. So it's not surprising that there's lots of them in these boxes. But today's video is not about what's here, but it's more about what you should have and how you should start off. If you don't have any tools, or you don't have a set of tools, I'm going to give you some advice as to what you should have, or what I think you should have. And you know, let's say you've got your first apartment, or you've moved out into your first home. You've got a yard and the house itself, or a townhouse, whatever. So there's a number of things that you should have so that you can do the simple things, the things that need doing. You know, maybe you want to fix a leaky faucet, or maybe the kitchen sink isn't draining well, so you need to pull the trap off. Maybe you want to hang a picture. Maybe 10, 12 different types of tools is really what will get you started. You know, take you a long way into the future in terms of you're being able to do things around the house or on the car. So, well, let's begin. And this is in no particular order, but you're going to need some pliers at home. And there are many different kinds. This is a very handy plier because this is known as a combination plier, because it has a straight, flat jaw, but it also has a little area here where it can grip something round, a fastener, a nut. So, and it won't slip off. So these are really handy because they also have a little wire cutter built into them. Combination pliers. You can buy at Home Depot, Canadian Tire, Rona, Princess Auto. You'll be able to find pliers like this, and they're very, very handy. I use them frequently. Get a pair. This is, I think, 6-inch, 6.5, something like that. These will do nicely. Now, there are other kinds of pliers as well. This is similar, but it's a lineman's plier, or linesman plier. The difference being the jaw is just straight. It doesn't have the curved portion. So while these are also handy, I do prefer to have this. I mean, if it comes down to you buying the linesman plier, the combination plier, get the combination plier. A screwdriver. Now, I mean, this box is full of individual screwdrivers of varying lengths and types, but you don't have to do that. You can buy a screwdriver that has replaceable bits that fit in. So you can get all the different styles of bits. The square, this is the square, it's known as a Robertson. Or you can find just the straight blade, known as a common, or the one that looks like a cross or an X, that's known as a Phillips. And they come in different sizes. 0 being the smallest, generally, and 4 being the largest, I mean really large, which you seldom see. You'd do well to get a screwdriver that uses these replaceable bits, because you can get replaceable bits in different lengths. So you could buy a little kit that you get the screwdriver and you get a number of bits with it. And if you find that you need a longer screwdriver to access something, then you can just buy some longer bits. I mean, you can get them a foot long. So this, I think, is a much more economical and realistic way of having a screwdriver, instead of buying 8 or 10 screwdrivers. You know, I mean, this is how it was back in the day, because the replaceable bit screwdriver hadn't been invented. It's a good invention, so get one. A hammer. You're likely going to be needing a hammer at some point. This one is actually a framing hammer, but what you want is a hammer that has the claw, a claw hammer. They come in different lengths. You don't want one that's too short or too light. Oftentimes in the packaging, or maybe even on the hammer itself, like on this one, well, it's wearing away, but it tells you the weight of the head, and in ounces. This one happens to be a 22 ounce. It's pretty heavy. But when you're swinging it, because of the weight, you drive the nails with a lot of force, with a lot of power. But a 16 ounce claw hammer, which would look basically like this, would be perfect. And you can find, especially if they're on sale, a good quality hammer for $30, even less. My goal here, by the way, is to show you what you could put together and not spend more than, let's say, $350, which I think is a reasonable sum of money for getting good quality tools. You don't want the absolute cheapest cheap tools, and you don't have to break the bank and buy the most expensive ones either, because unless you're working with the tools every day, some mid-grade quality, like at Home Depot, Husky, comes with a lifetime warranty, and they're very reasonably priced. They're good tools. Canadian Tire has Mastercraft, again, lifetime warranty, good tools. And you can't beat it. If something breaks, something goes wrong with it, you take it back, they give you a new one. You're also going to need cutters, known as diagonal cutters or side cutters, for cutting things, any kind of wire. Also, for cutting plastic tie wraps. If you are bundling something together and you're using the plastic ties, the zip ties, you can use this to cut the excess off. And these aren't expensive. This is a very small size, but even a 6-inch size, you could probably get for $15 or $20. Now, when we're talking pliers, yeah, this is known as a groove joint plier or water pump plier, and these are quite large. I bought these for a specific task, but it's handy having this size because let's say your kitchen sink isn't draining and you want to pull the trap off the bottom, which is underneath. There's two nuts. One's quite large, probably about close to 3 inches in diameter. So you need a pair of pliers, and these adjust. So you want a pair of pliers that can easily go around something that size and that you can hold with one hand and turn the nut. Removing the trap to clean it, soap and detergent and debris builds up in there, and well, sometimes it needs to be taken out and cleaned. And a pair of pliers like this is really, really convenient. They come in all different sizes. Here's another pair, much smaller. The thing is, you can't go with this size because even at its maximum, it's not going to be large enough for some applications, like pulling the trap off the sink. So better get something bigger. There are sizes in between this and this, but I mean, if you can find something this size, this is, I think, 16 inches, I think. If you can find it, especially on sale, why not? Now, you'll need some wrenches, combination wrenches. What that means is one end is open and one end is referred to as a box end. Combination wrenches, you can buy little kits with maybe 7 or 8 different sizes in them. Again, very reasonably priced. You can get them for $35 from Home Depot, Canadian Tire, and again, they'll have lifetime warranties. I have 6 different sizes. From 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 millimeters. Get metric. They do still sell imperial sizes, fractional inch sizes, but you don't need them. You'll never find anything that uses imperial hardware on it. Get metric, because appliances and your car, everything's metric. Get yourself a small set of combination wrenches. Now, another handy thing to have is something like this. I found this, it's Husky brand. I found this at Home Depot. This one actually, I think I bought it about 10 years ago. It was on the discount rack because the one red latch was missing, broken off. So it was on a fairly good discount, but this has 100 pieces, 1/4 inch drive and 3/8 drive sockets and ratchets and a few other things. You don't necessarily need 100 pieces. I bought it because it was cheap, and it had 100 pieces in it. But you can find kits like this today on sale, $29. Again, Husky brand. The quality's good, and you get a nice selection of different size sockets and ratchet. Here, I'll show you what it looks like inside. This particular one is including shallow sockets, and deep sockets. This is an extra large kit because it has metric and imperial sizing. Just buy a metric kit and you'll be fine, and it won't be as much as one of these would be today. And you want to have, if you can get a kit that's shallow metric and deep metric, 3/8 drive and 1/4 inch drive. This is the 1/4 inch drive here. You know, it'll last you for your life. You just need to take care of the ratchets because there's a little ratcheting mechanism inside. Don't let them get wet. And if they do get wet, you can just drop a little oil at the base of the drive here, and it'll make its way inside the head. And it's a good idea to oil a ratchet every once in a while anyway, especially if you use it a lot. But this is a good little kit, and it's convenient. It's in this briefcase sort of case with a handle. You can just grab it and go. So it's a convenient little kit. Works well. Now, a saw. This is a saw for cutting wood. A hand saw like this works very well, inexpensive. You need one. However, if you buy one, don't put it in a toolbox with tools. This you need to keep separate because if you put this in a box with other tools and the teeth here on the saw blade come into contact with steel, these will dull. And then you're going to learn how to sharpen a saw because you're going to have to go buy a file, a triangular file, and you're going to have to start sharpening the saw blade. So if you buy the hand saw, keep it separate. Sometimes they come with a little sleeve to protect the teeth. Keep it in the sleeve. One more thing. You're going to need a tape measure. Buy a good quality tape measure. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Get at least a 20-foot tape measure and get one that's both imperial and metric. Get a good quality one, probably about $20, $25. And you need it. The one final thing that I will show you is an adjustable wrench. This is a small one, a 6-inch. This is pretty convenient sometimes when you need to hold something and let's say the head of a bolt, and you want to use the combination wrench for loosening the nut. And if you don't have two wrenches that are the same size, so you can hold the head with this, break it free with the box end. This is convenient. And again, you can buy a set. Might have 2 or 3 different sizes. $30. So what we've got here is a good starter set. Oh, and of course you need a toolbox itself. You can get all of these things and keep it under $350. And I think just having these things will go a long way to making it easy for you to do what you want to do and what you need to do around the house. I'm a big believer in doing things by yourself if you can. It's rewarding to do something by yourself and to know you can do it. 10 or 11 different types of tools are going to be the basics that you need around the house. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'm Brian. This is Brian's Everyday Fixes. I hope what I showed you here today is helpful. Bye for now.